Good evening, folks. We are indeed up in the West End. We are here for a walkie talkie. I'm just going to clean my lens. Yes, so the topic is Huw Edwards. Who would have guessed? You see what I did? Who would have guessed? Right, so paedophile Huw Edwards from the BBC has been to Westminster Magistrates Court and received a sentence, a suspended sentence. That's a fucking insult. Right, I ken people that once when they were teenagers and stuff, they got remand for things like nicking packs of crisps out of places such as Tesco and whatever, right? 19 days remand. There was that lady, I nicknamed her Miss Seagull, because a seagull went and attacked her and she punched it out of the air, and she got just over 3 weeks remand, right? Yet paedophiles, they're allowed to roam at complete will and at complete ease. That's fucking disgusting. I wonder where that's going. I just don't know. I mean, normally I would be coming to use fresh and batting the top out the fucking park, but I'm a little bit confused. A suspended sentence for owning copious amounts of child porn. Like, what the fuck? You know, a judge, you know what? The judge must have been on fucking drugs or something. I don't get it. Yeah, he's on the SOR, but so is about 1 in 3 of United Kingdom population, you know? Like, what the fuck, man? He should have been going down into a sweatbox and been taken away to a bloody a jail of the judge's choosing. But oh no, a suspended jail term. Right, it's the usual conditions. Behave yourself for, let's say, 2 years and you'll not go to jail. No further behaviour that caused the court case to happen, and you will have a free and liberal life. That is fucking sickening, right? You know the amount of people that either made some kind of social media status about the riots up and down the country, and then 2 minutes later they're getting their front door smashed in and then dragged into bloody custody and actually having an emergency hearing by an emergency judge in a police station. Shit you have never heard of before up until now. And as a result of that emergency hearing by the judge, 3 years 2 months, 3 years 8 months, 2 years 9 months, all that stuff. What the absolute solitary fuck is going on? Like, they people are getting like really monumental hard jail terms, right? There's loads of guys. There's one guy from Wolverhampton who just basically commentated about the situation with the protests. Guy from Wolverhampton, he didn't even turn up to it. Right? He didn't turn up to it. He just went, you know, oh, this is bad, this is worrying, blah blah blah. This sickens me, you know, blah blah blah. State of UK, etc. He got 2 years 9 months just for that status alone. Right? He, prior to this, was completely clean. He was squeaky clean. He wasn't even known to police for a fine. I would just say he was actually a very fine, upstanding young member of society who had a job who paid into society, who even did voluntary work with RNLI, right? You know, he was a very intellectual guy. He did well in school, he had grades, he had the whole lot, right? He's been jailed, and the police, like what they do with him, are useless, right? They contact his place of employment, the place of employment sacked him, and he lost place within society. You know, this is almost the Katie Hopkins effect. Oh my gosh. Somebody hadn't even, you know, like, it started as it wasn't baiting any form of action in these bloody protests. It just made an observation about it all from his own point of view and his knowledge base. Boom. Northwards of 2 years. That is absolutely ridiculous. And see, when people are getting jailed for their alleged involvement with the protests, unlike normal court cases where you're allowed a lawyer and they can fight really quite hard for you, right? Lawyers are not allowed. It's just literally you versus the judge and potentially a television screen, and that's it. Usually the judges are that old and decrepit, they don't actually know how to turn the thing on or get the HDMI source. But that is absolutely repugnant hearing about this Huw Edwards getting completely fucking clean away. Oh yeah, suspended sentence, yeah. That just basically means clear your browsing history whilst you're nodding it off to children, and you won't see me again, says the judge. That's what it is, and it's fucking ridiculous, right? There was a guy that accidentally forgot to pay his fine, and he went to a court in northeast Scotland, right? He got the court maximum fine for that crime, £8,000, over a bloody £60 unpaid ticket. Could they not just slap another one that was a 69 and a 60? Honestly, man, that is fucking wired, right? And no wonder people are not interested in paying their television license. What are you getting? What Nancy TV anchors, paedophile, bloody news reporters, bias, and all the other shite of the sun? That is absolutely ridiculous. Fly posting. Champagne socialist. Yeah, this is Freshers Week, and we got students fucking fly posting like fuck. But that's terrible. Absolutely laudable. I honestly hope that I honestly hope generally the public get a petition whipped together on the gov.uk, and then a part of the petition would be to ask the judge to reconsider the verdict / sentence under the undue leniency bill, because this is unduly lenient. Of course he's going to go back home and rub his chub to children. That's all he fucking knows. This suspended thing is absolute horseshit. It needs to stop, because our children are our future, and given ridiculous, stupid, weak sentences like this handed down by geriatrics that should be really in an old folks home is not addressing the issue. I'm fucking sickened. It really does put me off having children. You know, think of it, paedophilic school teachers, pervy fucking potentially lecturers, etc. TV, people that are meant to be children's role examples, being perverts, knicker sniffers, chomos, you name it. This is not good enough. Not in the slightest. Hello, it's up to Knights Cross. Cheers. Yeah, it's just absolutely not good enough. And, you know, in terms of accountability, that fucking word SJW cited, like, but this is not really addressing any form of accountability. This is just basically pissing into somebody's hands. It's just wrong. My gosh, what a devious fucking world we're living in. People like him should have had to court maximum jail term, because let's be honest, as I say, he's just going to go back to it. He'll be sitting in the house one day because Vicky Flynn doesn't want anything to do with him anymore. He'll be sitting there bored with a boner, and you can imagine where that will be getting used. People like that should be thoroughly intervened by professionals, whether that's psychologists, psychiatrists, or maybe a criminal psychologist, something like that, to try and understand what the fuck is making his light switch flip. You know, what he's done is criminal, illegal, absolute stinking. And I tell you something, if somebody did that to him as a child, I tell you something, he'd be screwing that bastard pig. What the hell? Was the BBC an involvement of the outcome? Quite possibly. And I'm not putting any tinfoil hat on, but obviously something had some kind of intervention to get him on the more lenient side of things. It's absolutely fucking repulsive. It's happened. You know, back in the 70s, 80s, and a child was genuinely, you know, touched. The father would come racing out the front door, find the guy that did it, and smack him across the face with a hammer. That's what this is what society is going to be returning back to do if law systems don't put out a sensible and metered response to this, because everything so far isn't sensible, isn't metered. I wouldn't be surprised if the BBC, in part of his severance payment, got the best of the best lawyers to stand on his side. And if you are a lawyer that clearly advocates nonsense, well, fuck me, get a real job and get your fucking logs checked out at the same point. My, the world's fucked, isn't it? Oh well. If there is any forms of petition out there coming into existence asking the judge to look at the verdict under Nigeria leniency, let us know, and I'll put the link in the comments. Anyway folks, that's my way. So, I'm sorry to give you such poor news, but it's had to happen. Anywho, folks, whatever you're doing this evening, have a great one, and I'll catch you later.